What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Matthew Salvent. I am a registered nurse and a certified meditation practitioner, and I am here to optimize your life. And what we are going to be talking about in today's video is reality creation is a choice. So all of reality, right, and everything that you ever experience in your life is simply a choice. And these choices are choices that we make either consciously or unconscious. But the fact is that we are always making choices all throughout the day. Whether or not we know it or not is a different topic, but we are always making choices. Somebody does something to us, we see a unwanted circumstance, right? We feel something, we think something, but again, it is all a choice. We are choosing to think of things in a certain frame. We are choosing to feel a certain way about something based off of our choice. So the point is that, very simply put, everything in reality is simply a choice, and we are always making choices, whether that be consciously or unconscious. So, for example, if somebody says something to you that you don't prefer, and you feel a negativity, right? You start to get, negative trains of thought. Well, that is a choice. You are choosing to let the other person affect how you feel, how you think, how you are. But the same way that you have chosen to feel and to think a certain way based off of what another person said to you, you can choose to be not indifferent, but you can choose to be unaffected by it because you know the truth of who you are. And the truth is that you are a chooser. You can choose. You have complete control over your world. Whether you know this or not is a different topic for a different day, but you have complete control over your world, which begins internally. Because as within, so without. Your physical reality that you see is simply a projection of your internal reality. And the external is simply a reflection of the internal. So you have complete control over your internal state, no matter what is going on outside of you. So when it comes to reality creation, and I don't like to use the word creation because it implies that you are creating something, but it's not that you are creating, it's you are choosing. You are choosing how you are going to be. You are choosing the way in which you're going to think. You are choosing the way in which you are going to feel, which is then going to manifest a different version of you to experience in your physical reality because you are choosing to be different internally. So, reality creation or reality choosing is simply a choice. You can choose to be in peace, or you can choose to be unforgiving, to hold on to resentment, to anger, You can choose to trust and trust that everything is unfolding perfect, or you can choose to be afraid of the future. You can choose to be regretful of the past, or you can choose to forgive your past and to look forward to the future. Reality is simply a choice. And this is the most empowering thing. Because then you realize that you are not a victim to your circumstances. You are not a victim to the world, but you are the light of it. You are in complete control over the world that you see. And by the world, what I am talking about is you are in complete control over your internal state, always. Now, because the external is simply a reflection of the internal, You are then going to produce a change in your physical reality because you have changed yourself in your internal reality. So, reality creation is simply a choice. Who are you choosing to be? Even when things go south, who are you choosing to be? How are you choosing to perceive that? How are you choosing to think about that? How are you choosing to react to that? Because that determines what you are going to get out of it. Because again, as within, so without. Nothing can knock you off your center if you do not allow it. Somebody can insult you to your face. Circumstances can be absolutely terrible, but that doesn't have to knock you off your center. And I'll give you guys a perfect example that actually occurred to me personally yesterday. So yesterday I was at my job, right? And supposedly there was a patient on the floor who was just being a jerk, okay? To everybody, to the doctors, to the phlebotomist, to, the techs, everything, all right? And so one of the phlebotomists, right, came to me and said, can you please go in there and, because the patient is complaining about, something with the chair or whatever the case is, okay? So in that moment, the world was telling me that this person is bad, all right? This person is a jerk. This person is going to be, He's just going to be a jerk. But I know differently. I know that I don't need to choose that for myself. I know that that is not my reality if I don't choose that. And so I chose differently. And I chose, no, this guy is great. He's going to be perfect. It's going to be fine, And now I do it to a point where I just do it kind of like, I don't do it like a conscious, like I do it kind of subconscious. It's kind of hard to explain. But when I went in there, all right, the guy in the beginning was aggravated. He was cursing, right? He was throwing a temper tantrum, but I did not allow that to sway me internally. I chose to be in that peace. I chose to be in that joy. I chose to be in that loving energy that is fucking contagious. And what occurred was miraculous, but it's not when you understand how reality functions. The guy, right? We made the eye contact and it's like he completely changed up. He was like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just kind of upset, and when I tell you this guy's energy completely changed, it was like a freaking switch, right? I did whatever it is that, he wanted me to do at the time, and it was like nothing occurred. It was like he was a brand new person. Now, this is, I know, a very small example, but this illustrates the point. And that is that reality is a choice. You can choose to buy into the beliefs, the perspectives of others, or you can choose your own. You can choose to let the world dictate the way that you feel, or you can choose the way you feel independently of whatever goes on outside of you. Reality creation is simply a choice. Start choosing what you prefer right now. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.